This is the CEO of HEXO, the CEO of HEXO, of HEXO, the company and the stock HEXO. So here's the CEO, Sebastian St. Louis. He's only 34 years old. You can see his picture right here. He's only 34 years old and he owns HEXO company. He has a tenure of 5.6 years and a compensation of 1.54 million. I just made $5 million. $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions.
Let me tell you about my day so far. Coffee in Paris, surfed the Maldives, took a little nap on Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh yeah, and I got digits from this Polish chick in Rio. And then I jumped back for the final quarter of the NBA Finals. Courtside, of course. And all that was before lunch. I could go on, but all I'm saying is, I'm standing on top of the world.
This is the CEO of HEXO, the CEO of HEXO, of HEXO, the company and the stock HEXO. So here's the CEO, Sebastian St. Louis. He's only 34 years old. You can see his picture right here. He's only 34 years old and he owns HEXO company. He has a tenure of 5.6 years and a compensation of 1.54 million. $1.54 million. I have way more than this guy, but that's alright. Mr. Sebastian G. St. Louis is the co-founder of the Hydroapothecary Corporation and has been its chief executive officer, president, and director since August 13, 2013. Mr. St. Louis was also founded Shield Real Estate Investments Inc. in 2012 and served as its president. He served as a senior account manager at the Business Development Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2011 and as chief financial officer of wholesale auto parts warehouses from 2011 to 2012. Mr. St. Louis holds an MBA DESS Finance from the Université du Québec of Montreal and Bachelor of Arts from the University of Ottawa. And we can also see that the total compensation is slowly increasing while the salary is increasing much less. But we could see like Sebastian's remuneration is lower than the average for companies of similar size in the United States of America. But now the bad news is Sebastian's compensation has increased while company is loss making. So not only is he getting paid more, but his company is losing more. This is not a good sign. It sounds like he's taking in a lot of the income for himself instead of investing it into the business, instead of investing it into assets in other areas. We can see the manager team, 1.5 years average tenure, 41 years old average age. The Roach Villancourt general counsel, tenure 1.6 0 years. We could see Sonia Isabel, Vice President of Sales, Jennifer Smith, Manager of Financial Reporting and Investor Relations, Terry Lake, Vice President of Corporate and Social Responsibility, with a tenure of 1.5 years, compensation of $460,000. Max Senior, Director of Customer Experience and Compliance, Pierre Kellyan, Vice President of Corporate Communications of Government Relations, tenure 1.5 years. Adam Miran, 35 years old, co-founder, compensation $538,000. Sebastian St. Louis, that's the CEO, we already know him. Tenure 5.6 years, compensation $1.54 million. Ed Chaplin, 48 years old, CFO and corporate secretary, tenure 4.4 years, and compensation of $620,000. And we got Jay McKellen, 50 years old, who's the vice president of business development, tenure 3.7 years, compensation $407,000. We can see board of directors, 4.3 years average tenure. 45-year-old average age. The tenure for the HEXO board of directors is about average. Michael Munzar, 64 years old, who's the chairman, compensation of $313,000. Jason Ewer, 45 years old, tenure 4.3 years, compensation $222,000. Natalie Bork, director, tenure 1.4 years, compensation of $264,000. And we can see Vincent Chiara at 56 years old, tenure 2.3 years, and compensation California at $245,000. And we have the CEO right there, Adam Miran, 34 years old. That's the co-founder. We already know him. Tenure 5.6 years, compensation $538,000. HEXO insiders have sold more shares than they have bought in the past 3 months. This is not a good sign. But we can see the general public seems to be who owns most of this company. Seems to be interesting news over here. Individual insiders not as much, and institutions not as much. So the general public owns most of this company. That's interesting. And we can see the biography. We already know that HEXO Corp, through its subsidiary HEXO Operations Inc., produces market and sells cannabis in Canada. The company offers dried cannabis under the time of day and H2 lines, elixir and cannabis oil, sublingual mist product line, and decarb and activated fine milled cannabis powder product. Its products provides its products under the HEXO and Hydropothecary brand names. The company serves medical and adult use markets. The company was formerly known as the Hydropothecary Corporation and changed its name to HEXO Corp in August 2018. HEXO Corp is headquartered in Guinty, Canada. And you can see the location, Boulevard St. Joseph, Guinty, Quebec, Canada. We can look at the employees. The employees is on the rise, has been increasing at 203, and so they have a lot of employees. The industry, pharmaceuticals, sector, pharmaceutical and biotech. Here we have a stock prediction for HEXO for the next working day's prediction. This is for the short term. We're looking at HEXO, HEXO. And we can see the high price we're predicting was going to be around the 5.46 range, while the close price will be around the 5.34 range. And you can see that the current price is around the 5.42 range. So this is a stock prediction for HEXO, HEXO, on the next working day's prediction. That was for the short term, and as we can see, HEXO Corp, formerly known as the Hypothecary Corp creates and distributes innovative, easy to use, and easy to understand products to serve the Canadian cannabis market. The company serves adult use market under the HEXO brand while continuing to service medical cannabis clients through the well-known Hypothecary brand. We can look at the stock scores. The overall is 79. It's looking good. The fundamental at 63. Not too bad. Not too shabby. We're looking at the short-term technical. The short-term technical at 80 range and the long-term technical 95 range. This is actually really good news. We can see the high we're predicting for HEXO to be around the $12 range. You can see the median we're predicting to be in the $8.50 range, and we're looking at the low to be at the $6.60 range. And we can see in the next 12 months we could see a doubling, more than a doubling of increase, as high as 121%, all the way up to $12. So this is a possibility for this is the analyst forecast that we can see over here for HEXO company. See, we have the average analyst recommendation at a strong buy. Strong buy. We can see over here the bulls. The bulls are loving HEXO. We're looking at it from a buy perspective. Even though we can see that we're seeing that it's a minus 25 to 74 million over here with the ownership, and when we look at the historical growth rate, we could see that it's been actually pretty poor when we were looking at the earnings per share, at the free cash flow, the cash from the OA, the ROIC, and the gross profit has actually been improving. But the good news is its sales and its equity. These are its strong points. So when we look at the YOY growth rate, we can see it's the same thing. Sales and equity looking good. The ROIC, cash from OA, free cash flow, and the earnings per share all doing bad, but the gross profit has been improving. So this is good news. We could see the earnings per share current in the negative range, PE in the negative range. We can see that the ROS, the return on sales, minus 364%. The return on assets is minus 7%. The return on investment at a minus 7.2%. The return on invested capital, we can see it's a minus 13.5%. The profit margin minus 473.2%. The return on equity, we can see at minus 13.1%. The current ratio at 22.81, and we can see the debt as minus 30. But the good news we can see is the quick ratio, the equity ratio, and the debt to equity. And when we're looking at the MOS percentage, the margin of safety, we're looking at a minus 100%. But the good news, we have a TI alert, which is at a buy. All charts move to the positive area. This is looking good. So maybe the timing for HEXO company is looking good. What did the people have to say about HEXO? What did the people have to say about HEXO? Well, we can see West One over here says this applies to all within the sector. Bears wake up. This is bigger than chump change. He's looking bullish. We can see that the HEXO watching. We can see that 28 grams is looking at HEXO. We can see that all these people are bullish over here. Weekends are slightly boring. Come on. We can see Silent Ghost. What are you all think about hemp Inc? Good stock to invest in the long run. We could see Shakedown over here. Shakedown 321. 90% of people don't know the difference between investing and trading. That is why there are huge sell-offs. Big money shakes them out. and we can see they're looking bullish over here. We can see that there's no better to invest in these two companies, HEXO. This is what Shakedown recommends. HEXO and this other company over here. We can see Supercat. Hopefully we see a steady run up to the ER. These are all recent too. You can see at 1:41 p.m. This is recent stuff. This is earlier today. So we can see the time for vacation people. Aloha serve. They got a little funny meme over here. You can see all these people are bullish. So pretty much most of these people are bullish. There seems to be a hype going on, like I don't know if you guys want to call it a bubble or if this company is just popular. I mean, it did have certain decent aspects to this company, but I noticed with most of these cannabis stocks is whenever I point out the negatives, people seem to get upset with me. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to give you guys real straight up information. No bias information. I'm not funded by anybody. So as you guys can see, people shouldn't get mad at me when I give the honest critique on the fundamentals and the analysis of the company. When I analyze the fundamentals and the technical aspects of the company, you can see Bag Balm over here is outperforming most other marijuanas today. You can see they're looking bullish. So we could see it's looking pretty bullish over here. HEXO looks like some people day traders starting taking profits in the 541 range, setting up to head north. Expect the next days to be green. Most of these people seem to be bullish about HEXO. See, HEXO hit $7. This is Michael Scott. Got a funny Steve Carell picture. But whoops. So we one thing about this company is that they've a certain proximity from the personification of redundant axioms presupposed upon tautological repetitions and enhance their paradoxical paradigms through redundant innovations. Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor, once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful," by billionaire Warren Buffett. And essentially what this means is when traders are greedy, they'll keep on buying and driving the price up and thinking that it's going to keep on going up and up and up. But eventually what ends up happening is the stock ends up tumbling back down to earth from the moon because of greed. And people, that's how people lose a lot of money. And when Warren Buffett says be greedy when others are fearful, what he means is that when others are fearful because the stock plummets and everyone starts selling their stocks at a discount, that's the time you want to start buying companies. That's the right time to buy. But usually people start selling. People call it a crash, and that word crash scares people. Really? Let's change the definition. Instead of crash, let's call it a discount. That's essentially what it is. A discount. That's really what it's all about. So as we can see, the fear and greed index by CNN, what emotion is driving the market right now? What emotion? Right now, the greed is driving the market right now. And the reason for that is, as we can see, the McKellen volume summarization index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 8.23% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator forward the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. And as we can see, the stock price strength, that was the breadth. With the stock price strength, the number of stocks hitting 52 weeks highs exceeds the number of hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating extreme greed. As we can see, that's why the market kept going back up and up. As we can see, it's in the greed territory. As we can look at the safe haven demand, the difference in 20-day stock and bond returns, stock have outperformed bonds by 2.92 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. This is close to the strongest performance of stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years, and indicates investors and rotating with stocks from the relative safety of bonds. And when we look at the put and call options, the CBOE 5-day average, the put call ratio during the last 5 trading days, volume and put options has lagged volume and call options by 36.82%, as investors make bullish bets in their portfolios. However, this is among the lowest levels of put buying seen during the last 2 years, indicating greed on the part of investors. And when we look at the market volatility, the VIX and its 50-day moving average, the CBOE volatility index is at 15.72. This is neutral reading and indicates the market risks appears low. And when we look at the junk bond market, the yield spread between junk bonds versus investment grades, investors in low quality junk bonds are accepting 1.74 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment grade corporate bonds. This spread is much higher than what has been typical during the last 2 years and indicates that investors are highly risk averse. When we look at the market momentum, the S&P 500 and its 125-day moving average, the S&P 500 is 1.04% below its 125-day moving average. During the last 2 years, the S&P 500 has typically been above this average. So rapidly declines like this indicate extreme levels of fear. So as we can see, the greed index right here, the greed over time, we are hitting the peaks. We're heading towards the peak greed moments. However, that being said, we still have more greed to go. So if you're heavily invested, this might be the time to get prepared to prepare for a downfall. As we can see, that way when you have cash at hand during times of extreme greed, or extreme fear, you can buy stocks and from good companies at discounts. When we look at VictorVest Stock Advisory says that in the short term, the market is mildly bullish. VictorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. It's made $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions. I have two goals. My first goal is to help you become a millionaire just like me. My second goal is to turn my 100 million into 100 billion. Like this video, leave a comment on the company or stock that you want me to analyze. I go over graphs, charts, news, quotes, forecasting, prices, rating, and reviews. My job is to help you pick the best companies and stocks to invest in so you can become a multi-millionaire. That's multi-millionaire like me. Subscribe so you can become a millionaire, and share this video to help your friend become a millionaire too. Don't miss out. Stay on top of your game and ahead of the curve. The world is your oyster. Make hay while the sun is shining. Everyone is subscribing to my channel, so subscribe so you can stay ahead of the curve, so you can come to my show, so you can flow. Comment down below so we both can grow. Like and share this video so everyone can know how to make millions of dough. Subscribe so we both can thrive. Join the millionaire tribe. Watch this video until the end to win the grand prize. It's showtime. Congratulations! Now that you watched my video, you are one step closer to becoming a multi-millionaire like me. I have more than $100 million in my Robinhood account. And that's just in my Robinhood account. I have a lot more in all my banks, in my Webull account, in my M1 Finance account. If you guys want free $200, download the Robinhood app for free using my link below. If you guys want free $1,000, use my link below for a chance to win $1,000 on my Webull account. And if you want a chance to win $25, make sure you download the app using my link in the description below. Subscribe to my channel so I can go over more news, more companies, and more stocks. I'll cover the earnings per share, the charts, the trends, the ratings, the news, the Sortino ratio and Sharpe ratio, market correlation, PE ratio, cash flow, balance statements, net assets and liabilities, and many more. Just for watching this video, I'm going to give you the chance of winning the grand prize. For your chance to win, subscribe to this channel and comment down below, future millionaire. That's what you want to write in the comments below. Write future millionaire. For every social media website you share this video, it will increase your chance of winning the grand prize. Share this video on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, to all your social media accounts to increase your chance of winning the grand prize. Congratulations. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below the words future millionaire, and don't forget to share this video so you can win the grand prize. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We might make a part 3 soon. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. Oh, and check out our last video here. Bye.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it? Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on.
Vad hakten alla Gullfest hela dagen. Mjöl från livets grottekvarn. Gullfest hela dagen.